All right, my name is Pepita. I'm behind the camera. I'm the assistant treasurer for the Port Royal CDC, and this is
Camille Sinclair, the PRO for the Port Royal CDC and the Port Royal Benevolent Association.
O'Neill Chuck, President, Port Royal CDC and the Port Royal Benevolent.
Tanya Golson, the treasurer for the CDC and the Port Royal Benevolent Society.
Concern would be the removal of the vegetation.
as you said, Mr. Chuck, the removal of the vegetation.
Yes, and the leveling of the land. You know, it's a natural barrier between the sea and the road.
Right.
So
And even if it's not mangroves, the plants were important.
extremely.
Yes, it is, because it helps to hold the land. When in time of hurricane and stuff and things like that. When time for hurricane, we don't have anything to block the sea from coming over.
What other concerns do we have based on everything that has happened?
The manner in which it was done.
The rush.
Yes, they seemingly rushed to get something done. I mean, even looking at the work along the frontier, you know, fencing is horrible. So that needs to be addressed.
The fence won't last.
Right. We don't know what plans they have to mitigate any negative impact that it might be having on the environment. The community just is just unaware of what is happening, and that's one of the main red flags. Right, as well as in terms of construction being done over here. You know,
I see the heat out right here.
yeah, the removal of what we call historical things supposed to be. We're supposed to be getting certified by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site.
Isn't this a Ramsar site, Mr. Chuck?
And it's a protected site.
So the removal of any fauna, flora, or
Should have been
anything
done
is
properly.
illegal
It's
and should have been done
Should have been
properly.
done properly, going through the proper networks and so forth. We don't know what is happening. Right, that is the problem. The community was not made aware of what is happening. Right, to give a proper input on how it should be done. We need to move away from these things in which we're just rushing to get something done and start to set the tone, change the culture, and start doing things properly so that the younger generation simply can just say, this is the example, this is how we should do it. It may take a little longer, but guess what? We do it properly. And that is the example we need to set.
And that is, it's all about sustainability, longevity.
Sustainability, longevity,
survival.
protecting the environment, leaving a better place for the younger generation to have, and a way them should do it.
Another issue, Mr. Chuck, the parties advertise, the party that they're going to keep here, which is why they're doing all of this, is advertised as going from 10 p.m. until morning. Now, there's a noise abatement act that has some hours that you're not supposed to have noise happening at that time. And Port Royal is in pretty close proximity in terms of sound to Fort Rocky, because there are times when they're having events here and we can hear it in Port Royal. Do you think they should have at least a cut-off time for the event and not because it's way out here?
Yeah, I think straight back to the morning is a little too much, because people from the community come go back and forth for various activities, and it doesn't matter if it's one person impact from the community, right? I myself have been personally impacted by parties that have been kept here, not here, I mean kept in the community where traffic is coming and going. I have had to come off the road to allow people to pass, because it's 3 lanes of traffic coming from the community. So things like that the community needs to know what's going to happen. What happens when here is full up, because based on what I'm seeing, I think this maybe can hold 100 cars, roughly. What happens when the parking space is inadequate? Where do you go? What
Not
about the
into
traffic
town of Port
management?
Royal. Not into
What
the town.
about the traffic management? What about you know, how you mitigate the exuberance of the patrons when they're leaving, when they're under the influence of having fun, enjoying themselves, and them decide to leave. It's not just because Port Royal is on that side. We have to go that way to go to Kingston, to the airport, to do our business. We have to come from Kingston to pass here to go in. People work all hours of the night and morning, so we have to make sure that we try and protect our residents as best as possible.
So it's impacting our community in more ways than one. Apart from environmental, there's also concerns about us.
Yeah, there's a level of safety involved. There's definitely a level of safety involved. Because I've experienced it, and I'm sure others have, when the patrons are leaving. Right, so traffic control, police management, logistics, all of that needs to be worked out. And the community needs to be informed as to what is going to happen. So that when we see whatever is supposed to happen, if we don't approve or we have a better suggestion, we can put it forward. And once the standards have been set, then guess what? We know what should happen. So when it's not being done now, we can alert the relevant authorities and say, listen, this is not what was agreed on. This is definitely not what was agreed on. Right? We have many accidents on the road without this event event zone being implemented. So when it is implemented, then it's going to increase all of that.
Also, there's talks that they want to destroy a building in here because of the safety hazard. But normally, when we have historical buildings, they removed it already. Moved the building completely and totally. Jesus. Because there was a building in front of this building right here. I came the other day to do a shoot and I remember leaning up on it for shade. And now it's no longer there. So them oh my God. Ridiculous. Yeah, party. Yeah, there was a building right here. Them lick it right down. It's gone like it's no longer there. Oh, Father. Jeez. Look at that desecration of a natural, of a cultural heritage site. Jaja. Oh, dear God. This is crazy. So we're walking towards the back wall that they've knocked out for some strange reason. And removed. Wow. So I don't think there was a building behind that post, but there was something. So this is the wall that they have knocked out at the back. Wow. So whole reconstruction thing going on. Oh wow. And they bulldoze this side as well. Wow. So they didn't bulldoze one side, they bulldoze two sides. That's wild.
Look at the trees that them take down.
Wow. Yeah, so they definitely remove fauna and flora and plants and everything where they're not supposed to remove. From a Ramsar site. This is a Ramsar site, people. This wall was not. It never had an opening. Wow. So put up this fence. Look at that. How fancy. Doing a walk of the land just to see, what exactly and how far across. And going to look at the plants over there to see. Yeah. To see if they are mangroves or not. But regardless, it doesn't matter if they're mangroves. Flora and fauna was removed. And that's not right. That is illegal for a Ramsar site. So, not a short walk. not a short walk at all. At all. No protection whatsoever. Can barely. Ow. Took me almost 2 minutes to reach over here. Yep. This is what has happened. It's like a crime scene, dead bodies. Still very important. All of this soil will be eroded if we have a storm. Look how close the sea is. Not far.
Okay. What's ironic about this all is that the Port Royal CDC was contacted recently by Forestry Department and the TPDCO to do a tree planting project. Yet, all this natural vegetation that is here to hold the soil together and keep the water from coming over into the community has been destroyed.
Only mangrove that was preserved is this mangrove right here at the front. And as you can see, the plants down there, it was a mixture of mangroves and maca trees. So, yeah, and other plants too.